Hi, Alfred. Welcome
Hi,
again.
BK. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome, Alfred.
Hi,
Uh,
Noel.
you are our regular. Uh, all right.
Interested
Good to
topic,
see you
so
again.
surely I'll
Yeah,
join.
yeah.
Our strong supporter.
Okay, recorder started.
Okay. Sorry, we can start or how? Yeah.
Yeah, 8:30 already. Recording started.
Okay. Okay. So good evening to everyone here lah. Yeah. All right. Welcome back again. Yeah. The Power Platform. So this is the fourth week. Yeah. All right. Fourth week. This week actually we will share about the Power BI. Welcome again. And good evening to everyone here. All right. So let's see what actually is today. We will actually is learning from a Power BI here. All right. Okay. Probably somebody actually is new again. Yeah. All right. I know actually we have introduced the AV the Tuesday night. All right. This is the fourth week again. Right. As the slide here. So that is my name. Lim Mun Kok. Call me BK here. All right. More than 20 years actually in the IT lah. Right. Of course, actually, is from the on-prem cloud, and definitely actually it's also been a cloud architect in the Azure, and Microsoft certified trainer, and also actually is I think a pre the COVID time, right? This is how actually I started focus on the Power Platform. I think there today is the M365 actually is slowly moving to the end user centric the solution. So this is how again the Power Platform is come in the picture here lah. Okay, on the right hand side, this is my demo specialist. All right, okay, Li Fang. Right, more than the 10 years experience in the data analytics and the reporting. So I think that we say the reporting basically is business reporting. I think those actually is the reporting tools like probably actually is the legacy such like the SQL, the reporting, and so on. All right. Of course, when we say the reporting here, actually is today the new one, right? That actually is also tonight the topic actually is Power BI. So Li Fang also is focusing also on the data cleansing, data quality analysis, and the transformation here. So this actually is again tonight she actually will share a lot how actually is the similar that this actually is what actually she been done or she doing past and of course the present here on the data. I so-called the data relevant actually those are related here. All right. So without the delay, this jumping in actually what is the Power BI? Yep. All right. So from the slide here, right? Okay. So Power BI actually is today, right? Again, as I mentioned earlier, is more on the end user centric. So definitely it's a sales service actually is a platform here. All right. What it is actually Power BI also help the business user, whoever using these tools can help them actually to connect the data. If you see actually we will connect the different data source here. All right, the different data source actually could be from the web, yeah, from the web. I think this is internet. It can be from the Access. It can be from the Excel. From a different kind of the data here, right? So I always say actually it's a group all of this data into the Power BI. So from this Power BI here, right, then actually it will start do the transformation, it will do the cleansing, it will do the data modeling, right? And of course, once actually you have been done all of this data modeling here, right, then actually you will publish. So when we say the publish here, right, then actually we publish to the Power BI services here. So this is generally, I think most actually people you will find out actually is a lot. Those actually is the analysis today, right? It's very attractive. Actually, they will present it in the graphic, in the figure, those actually is the help the business actually is how to analyze the sales performance, production the performance, and so on. Anything actually is relevant to the business here. So it can be actually present. We call it the insight, yeah. Insight, business insight, data insight in a Power BI here. Of course, Once actually you publish in this Power BI the services here, right? Then we can actually do share. So we share actually means actually we can share and collaborate actually together with your colleagues. All right. So if you actually from this the slide here, you will see actually some this type of the graphic. Probably you see this is a line chart. This actually is the bar chart. Is a some figure here. We will categorize it beneath this is called a visualization here. All right. It's an interactive, and then you also is a reporting. And again, this is how actually you group of those the data you collected and present it on the dashboard here. All right. That is the Power BI here. All right. Now, so in order actually to build, right? Okay, in order actually to build this, just now I show you on the dashboard here. All right. So basically, Power BI actually we have the three type of the tools. Okay. First actually is Power BI the desktop. So later part I will demonstrate to you how you can get the Power BI the desktop tools here. All right. So Power BI service, that is the second. Yeah, that is the second here, right? So when we say the Power BI service, basically, actually, this is the platform as a, software as a service. In short, actually, it's just like you have been run through with us, learn with us actually previous week here, right? So basically, they will present or they will be located at the Power BI, the portal, all right? It's the web page. So whatever actually just now I talk about analyze, transformation, then you publish to the Power BI service here. All right, last and not least, actually the tools actually is the Power BI mobile here. Usually the mobile actually is very easy actually for those, the business user or whoever the user, right? They want to view the report interactively, instantly, right? Then actually they just actually is the launch the Power BI tools on their mobile devices, then they can view those actually is the data what you have been published on the Power BI services here. So this is the three type of the tools here. All right. Okay. So before I jumping in actually to the next here, all right. Is there any the question or maybe just a pause a few seconds? Yep. Anyone? Right. If you do not have the question here, right, then actually I have this some so-called a quiz to everyone here. Let me just launch it. All right. Did you guys able to get the quiz?
Yeah, we can see that.
Yep. So what are the three Power BI tools to let people create, share, and consume the business insight most effectively? All right. So what is our answer? Okay, so I just hide my list. So I will let your guys edges to answer. All right. And I also will do my own submission as well. All right. So I think we had the result. Yeah. How many actually is responded? We had the 7 responded. I yet actually is able to cut the answer to you later part. Yeah. 8 respond here. So the answer definitely actually this is in this slide here. So we have the 3 Power BI tools here. All right, Power BI desktop, Power BI services, and the Power BI mobile here. All right. Before I demonstrate on the Power BI the desktop here, right? That's actually to demonstrate on the Power BI services. All right. So how can we actually get the Power BI services? Basically, is also the web page lah. Right. Let me just actually bring up my browser. Okay, so I assume, right, everyone actually you have the M365 the login. Even previous actually we learning how actually to launch the Power Apps, Power Automate, right? Always actually is come to this the app launcher here. Also, it's the 9 dot. You can look actually for the Power BI. So when you click the Power BI, basically they will bring you the new page, right, in the browser here. So here this actually is the first page, right? For the Power BI services here. Of course, you can come to home, you can come here to create. Yeah, of course, I will not actually to show you how actually to create here. Usually, actually, we will highly recommend using the Power BI the desktop here. But here, mostly actually what we were actually to present here like a dashboard, yeah, dashboard, reporting, and so on here, even the data set as well here, all right? So we got the data hub, basically is a collection of the data set. So definition of the data set basically is a collection of the data. Remember just now we said this data set can be consist the source data from Excel, can be actually from a SQL, yeah. I mean the data set here, right? Remember we can be from Excel, yeah. It can be from a SQL, we can be actually is the SharePoint, anything. So you can group them actually into here, do the data modeling like the relationship, all right? But just want to show you quick one, actually, this is how actually you can come to Power BI the services here. Of course, when actually you want to working on this Power BI relevant those activity, we always call the workspace here. So we have the two type, the workspace. My workspace basically refer to your the personal. You just imagine something like you're working the area or working something like actually is let's say we take a layman term like your table here, right? So this is my personal table, right? And then we working on the data. You also have the we call it the shared the workspace here. Example here, actually I have the PE demo. So this is actually from a group you created, then you can share or collaborate among the team member here. All right. So this is a quick one actually to show you the one of the Power BI tools that actually is Power BI service. So no worry about the Power BI desktop. Later part I will share with you. Yeah, how actually to get this desktop here. All right. So while any question, just pause a few seconds here. All good. Or maybe you can give the interactive what do you call it? Give your reaction actually from a Microsoft team. Yeah, that is the reaction. All right. Thank you, Alfred. Okay, now, if you do not have a question, actually, it's the next part I want to share with you, right? So that is the different type of the Power BI licensing here, all right? So from a screen here, you will see we have the Power BI, the Pro. Of course, before talk about Power BI Pro here, right? We also have the free edition, Pro edition. Another one actually is the premium, right? So a Power BI license actually with the free and the Pro user, right? Use a shared and limited, all right? So when we say the free here, right, basically just for your personal use. But if you want to start sharing, if you want to start collaborate, then you require the Power BI Pro. If you want to have the AI, the capability, unlock some of those actually is big data, the features here, right? Then you might go for the Power BI Premium here. Okay. So when we come to this Power BI, the premium here, right? Per user, this is actually is how much per capacity as well here. So depend actually is those some of the enterprise company, they might actually require the different type of these the features and the capability. So if you guys want to find out what actually is the Power BI licensing, right? Let me just switch at least to the screen here. All right. So this is how you can get it. Yeah. They will actually to share what actually is the features. Yeah, example, let's say talk about the Power BI, the premium, the capacity, right? So this is the tool, the feature actually is talk about consume the content, yeah, without a per user license, means actually they're not unlimited. Yeah, this is what actually mean unlimited here. Definitely also others like the size limit and so on. Yeah. So it's the upon actually is the customer or the organization the requirement here. Let me just also copy this actually link to share everyone. If you're interested to know that this is the licensing type. Yep. Right. Okay. Okay, definitely here actually I put it some of the summary. Yeah. Some summary actually is a Power BI the free, Power BI the Pro, even the Premium as well here. Of course, we also have the capacity. All right. So like this example, I accept to condemn the workspace. This one actually is a free edition. But if you start to publish to the others, the workspace, collaboration, sharing, that actually is require the Pro. If you want actually to have the unlimited, right, or per user, then you can go for the BI, the premium here, right? So this is just actually to share to everyone the Power BI the licensing. Yeah, all right, the different here. Okay, now, okay, before actually is to jumping in the continue, yeah, all right. Maybe actually I have the poll the question actually is to the quiz the question, yeah. Just give me a while. Yeah? I'm actually searching the poll question actually is that I earlier prepared. Okay, let's see. This is the quiz question. It's coming up at your end. All right. So what is this question actually is? Power BI helps you with with the which of the following the business process, notifying user when a SharePoint list item has changed, generating an approval, or the last one actually is analyzing and the display data here. All right. So I give to everyone little time actually to answer. Okay, let me just submit, and then I also can see from end here. All right, we got the 8 response. 100% actually is the correct. That is the answer, analyzing and the displaying the data. So we know the Power BI, right? I know actually earlier I didn't mention actually it's a BI. So when we say the BI, basically is a business intelligence here. Another word actually is on the data analysis and the publish the data on the services or the dashboard here and the reporting here. So that actually is the answer is C, yeah, or the third lah. All right, that is the answer. So I think most actually is the answer the 100% here. Well done, yeah, everyone. Okay, now let me actually is the continue on the Power BI the desktop here. All right, so when actually you start actually to launch the Power BI desktop tools, this is the second actually tools I want to introduce. All right, so we have this actually is a so-called a step, yeah. So we have the 5 steps. So the first step actually is get data, analyze, second analyze, third visualize, publish, and the collaborate here. All right. So we go back to the first get data. So when we say the get data, basically we want to connect, right? We connect the multiple the data source. Again, this data source can be the Excel, can be the web, can be the those actually is the like SQL database or Dataverse, SharePoint, and so on. Then we do the cleaning, data massaging, and so on here. All right. Then we analyze that actually is come to the second step. Yeah. Then you will start do the modeling. When we say the data modeling, basically the relationship means actually you build a relationship between those data you connected, right? And then we do the measurement, aggregation, yeah, and additional those column, maybe you have the additional the calculation. All right, then the third actually step the visualize. So you will start publishing, you will start add those the visualization like the KPI chart, you can be the bar chart, map chart, like this case actually is the map chart, right, and so on. So once those actually is the visualization you already created, then you will publish actually to share that this actually is the insight with your others here. So basically here actually we have the button is called publish. All right. And the last and not least, that actually is the fifth step here, collaborate. Yeah. Right. So then actually from the others business user, they may actually use this the Power BI the dashboard here, right? Further the analyze yeah, or analysis on the data here. Right. So let me just jumping into this show you what is this Power BI the desktop here. All right. So it's a free application for PC. Yeah. Let you gather, transform, and visualize the data. It's just like I mentioned, those are the steps we have. All right. So you can see actually is my slide, some interactive. The first step actually is install, sign in, launch the explore the UI, connect your data. All right. And of course, actually you start analyze it. Then the last one actually is publish it. All right. So this is actually is the step here, right? So let me just actually to show you how actually you can get the Power BI. Definitely, if you want to get your Power BI, the desktop here, right? That is the way you can go to the Windows, the Store apps, or you can download directly from a web here. So when we say the Windows Store app here, right? Your actually can come to your, let me, sorry, how can I actually launch the, never mind, just give me a while. All right, I want to show you actually just come here, you type the store, get the Microsoft Store here, and then from here, then you type the Power BI, the search. You will be, definitely they will search for you. Yeah, all right, they will search for you. That is the Power BI, the desktop here. So this is how actually you can get a Power BI desktop from the Windows Store here. So once actually you manage to install, then you can launch it. This is how you get a Power BI, the desktop here. All right. Usually when you first actually is launching here, then actually they will ask you to get the data here. All right. Remember just now we talked about the step, right? Not the step. Just give me a while. Let me actually switching back to the slide here, right? So this is the step, get data, analyze, and so on here. Let me just quickly to show you how actually we can get the data here. All right. So when you get the data here, that is the multiple of the data. Can I zoom in? I don't think so. I can zoom in. Yeah. All right. It can be Excel. It can be data set. It can be database SQL. Remember just now we talked, we can have the multiple the data source, right? To connect and to join it basically by the relationship that is on the data modeling. All right. So after that, you already have it this, right? Then actually you will start actually do the transform. Yep. Okay. Now let me just actually switch back actually to my slide here. Okay. Right. So we already learned actually is how actually to install and get the Power BI desktop here. And here actually once actually you open the Power BI desktop, that actually is the fill the ribbon. The first ribbon I show you is get data. All right. But no worry. Our demo specialist later part will show you how actually to get data and then how actually to transform and so on. Yeah. But this is actually is the UI interface here, right? You can be connect, yeah, and you also can be define the data modeling, relationship, and so on, even the publish the data here. All right. So for easy actually to demo everyone here, right? Let me also come back to here. Let me just open one of my sample lah. Yep. All right. There you go. Assumption actually you already connect the data, right? Of course, actually, when you start build this and create a report here, right? You can save it. So just now I open back what those actually is the reporting I've been saved previously. Yeah. All right. So my this actually is the save the Power BI report here, right? I'm a connect just to the SharePoint. Yep. Just a one. Let me just bring up this screen. All right. Sorry, yeah, it's on the screen here. Okay, here we go. Right, it is a bit slow. I think the copy is my machine. All right, so this is how you go. So already connect data, then you can be the once actually you have been load, and you can come here actually to perform the data cleansing, clean up, conversion, measurement, aggregation, even actually you want to put the additional formula, right? Maybe you want to have the some calculation. Sorry, guys. Yep. I think this is my credential issue. All right. Let's give a while. I connect to the data source. So it should appear those actually is the data hub, what you have been connected to the data source. In this case, actually is the SharePoint here. So you can come here, do all those actually is tasks like I mentioned just now, remove the row, split the column, and so on. Yeah. This is how actually is the the data I have. Assumption actually you already done all this, then actually you can be safe. All right. So that is a quick one. Okay, now let me just switching back actually to my slide. Yeah, all right. So the next actually is assumption actually your data already connected, already transformed. Now, next actually you will start putting your visualization. So you can drag and drop those actually field from your right hand side. Yeah. So basically they will appear whatever those are the column you define from your data source here. All right. Assumption actually is I just close it. So they will be returned back actually to here. This is all those the field we have. So you can be start drag and drop. Something is like that. So I just show you that this is how I did drag and drop. The actually is existing here already defined, already drag and drop those actually field from the data modeling here. All right. So definitely you can come here actually to find out what is the relationship between those data you connected. In this case, actually I have the three table here. All right, machine order, link to machine, and machine type. Okay, right. So this is how actually I drag the visual. All right. Of course, you already satisfied or you already created this report completed. Then you will start publish to your Power BI the services. Yeah, this is how you the step, right? Not right. So way to publish here, right? This come back actually to my the Power BI the desktop. Then this is how actually you can click the publish here. So assumption I save it. Yeah. Right. Then they were asking you where the location you want to publish. Remember we talked about the workspace. So your workspace actually can be personal workspace or shared or collaborate teams the workspace here. All right. Which the workspace assumption they say you already published this workspace here, right? Then you can actually just go to your Power BI the services to view those actually is a reporting. Yep. Just a one. Yep. All right. Let's come back to here. Remember just now, I think I have a many here, some sample here, but let me just actually is open the sample here. All right. Example, you already published to the reporting here. Right. Okay. From here, then you can start actually to pin entire the dashboard. Yeah. To the Power BI services or pin individual those reporting what you actually have been created. So that actually is the last step actually we talk about is the pin a visual to a dashboard here. So when you view a published report in the Power BI, you can choose the pin icon to pin. Yeah, this is how actually you can find out. You can just imagine basically it's something like usually I know actually I'm working in a factory, right? Early morning actually they want to present those production report. So this is how they print those printed out report into their notice board here. So same thing here. This is how you want to print what those report into your dashboard here. All right. So that actually is a conclude, right? We have this is the step what we cover. Let me just actually switch back and just to my slide here, right? So that is the step get data, analyze, visualize, and publish. And the last one, of course, I didn't really show you actually is the demonstrate the collaboration. I will let actually Li Fang to show you the how it looks like actually is that in terms of the collaboration, further the analysis here. All right. Is there any questions so far, guys, before actually I call the Li Fang for the following the demo?
Hey, BK, I have one question.
Yes.
Just now, you mentioned about the free version. Free version only can publish in the My Workspace, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
So let's say I publish in My Workspace, then I share out again. That consider need to pay license.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, I
Those
see.
actually, yes, you are right.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Okay, understand.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks. Good question. Yep. All right. If you do not have the question, maybe actually before actually get Li Fang actually to demonstrate. Yeah, I have the one more the quiz question to everyone. Let's try it. Yep. So which the way, yeah, Power BI can help you to effectively leverage your data, right? I think that obviously the answer should be quite straightforward, right? Just to give the guys just a couple of the second, yeah, right. So this actually is the now let's look what is the answer. So all of the above, right? Obviously, right or not? So we know that Power BI actually can help the business, right? Analyze those sales data, customer data. Yeah. Right. So this is our answer. All right. So we have the 7 response, 100%. Yeah. All right. Good job, everyone. Yeah. Okay. If you do not have that, the question, yeah, but no worry. Yeah. Right. You always can ask after that, or maybe can post the question on the chat window. All right. So Li Fang, are you there?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So Li Fang actually will demonstrate actually is to create a Power BI. Basically, just run through with you guys how actually is to open, how actually there is an interesting actually Li Fang will show how to create some of the additional that is a so-called reference table. So this is actually her output. Yeah. So interesting, right? Actually, she will actually show you actually so-called visualizer. In short, layman term is a filtering. This actually is like a KPI, the chart. This is actually is a bar chart, actually is by different category. Here actually is by machine type. This actually is a table detail property. Actually, some of the business analysis or user would like to know the detail of the sales data. On top of here also is another part of the filtering. All right, and the last and not least, this actually is the bar chart, right? By the year, by the month, yes, and so on. Yeah, Li Fang, over to you. All right.
Okay. Thank you, VK.
Yeah, you
I'm
can share
sharing
screen.
my.
Yeah.
Everyone can see my screen.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, that's good. Okay, continue with the few more weeks. We have machine ordering data. Now I will come up a Power BI desktop with using Power BI. Okay. Power BI is a Microsoft tools with artificial intelligence that create interactive data visualization in very short time for company and across the organization. The tools has hundreds of visual objects, for example, graph, map, tree map, pivot table, and etc. to offer the best and most attractive presentation. Once Power BI connect to local or cloud data source, users operate on them to make them more visual. Report can be worked on Teams and in Microsoft Office application as well. Okay, let's get started on how to use these powerful tools. Firstly, sign in the Power BI. Click Create on the left pane. Go to download the desktop app if you don't have Power BI desktop. If already have, then just launch your Power BI, then click on OK. Okay, now launch your Power BI desktop. Sign in with your Power BI credential here. You will see a startup screen pop up. From the ribbon, click on File. Choose this option and setting to make sure the language is set to US English. Then click OK. From the Home ribbon, click Get Data and More because I want to choose my data source from SharePoint list. So I enter SharePoint. Go to choose the SharePoint list on the right panel and click Connect. Now I want to find my SharePoint address. So open the SharePoint. Copy the address from your SharePoint web browser address and paste it into the box. Click OK to continue. Okay, from navigation, select machine order table to load a preview and select load. Now I would like to add one more Excel workbook. So click on Excel workbook and browse machine order Excel. I click on machine and machine types table. Click load and transform. They will actually bring you to open a Power Query editor. In here, you can rename columns to format the data set in a clear and concise way. Remove those unnecessary columns. Okay. Now go back to machine order. Continue to remove the unnecessary columns. Now I would like to rename my title column become machine name. Later on, I will split this column value because this column hold two values. Select the delimiter with dash. Split at leftmost delimiter. Click OK. This result will give you another column named machine name 2. Now I rename first column become machine name, machine type. The second will become machine name. Okay. Now continue to remove unnecessary columns. After done it, close it and apply. Next, I will define the table relationship. Now I go to drag my cursor from machine order table and drag it link to machine type table. This is a many-to-one relationship. Once you apply it and close it and go back to home ribbon. Okay. Next, I would like to create a virtual table without any data source. This is called calendar table. This is so simple and straightforward method to populate a calendar table within seconds. Okay, let's take a quick look on how to do it. I will create a calendar called calendar Power Query. First, I initiate a variable called start date. And second one is end date. Click insert again in the right pane setting again. After define the start date and end date, I will enter a formula to tell Power Query that I want to create a list of 365 values starting from 1st of January 2022. So here is my formula. So this is error, so you correct it. Or I should put a duration. This function is used to define that my date list is actually created incrementing by 1 day from start until the end. Okay, there's an error. I should delete the list. And one call the bracket is expected, so I put in my bracket. Now I got it correctly. Next step is we'd like to convert this virtual table become a table. So I go to convert it and rename the column become date. So I need to change the data type to date before I can use to create another calendar elements. Now start to create the year. And the month. And month name as well. So in the month name, actually I want to show three characters. So I go to get the first 3 characters. And remove the name. Enter month name column. Okay. Go back to the date, select the date column, insert the quarter of year. Now I want to change the value of quarter. So I go to column example. In the box, I click Q1. Then the value in the quarter prefix with Q is merged. Okay, I'm gonna add one more custom column as month year. Type month year in the new column name. With a date function. This is actually I want to convert the date become a format like month, year. So I choose the date column and put it with the format in a formula. Then click OK. Now go back to the model view. Oops, there is an error. So I should remove this to that. Remove it. Now I get it correctly. Close and apply. Go back to the table view. Now I want to drag my request that map to the calendar that field in calendar Power Query table. So you can right-click properties and view the relationship. Here also show the cardinality many to 1. Okay. Now you are ready to build the visualizations in Power BI Desktop. For example, add a slicer to actually allow user to make the selection from month year, or create another visual table pivot table. I drag the dimension into the table on the right pane. For example, you can put sum of quantity or total amount in the table. Put any field that you would like to show. Now I want to rename the quantity column and total amount column as well. In here you can remove the field that you don't want. Just click close button from the columns, then it will remove it. Save it and publish it. Okay, after done my publish, you will find that actually I already published in the my workspace. So from destination, you have to choose my workspace. Okay, done. Okay, this is my dashboard already published. Okay, next. This is my sample of the dashboard. I want to show you how to create the dashboard and report step by step, but I show you a ready-made dashboard to introduce with different elements in Power BI service. You will know how they work together and how you can work with them. There are many useful elements in Power BI service, but here I have picked and choose to talk about a few common use elements in Power BI service. Let's have a tour of the Power BI service right now. First, I want to introduce you how to generate a QR code. So go to File, Generate QR Code. You can create a QR code in the Power BI service for any report. From here, you can scan the QR code and download and save it. Then you could paste it in email, WhatsApp, and share with your colleagues. Then they can scan the QR code for access to the report right from their mobile phone. Okay. Next, I would like to talk about the Analyze in Excel. With Analyze in Excel, you can create Excel workbook containing the entire data set for specific Power BI report. It will generate an Excel workbook and save it to OneDrive. Then you can open the workbook directly in Excel for the web and use those data sets in Excel to create pivot table or pivot chart. You can choose any columns that you want to show in your pivot table. It is so convenient. Okay, go back to my dashboard. Next, I would like to show you the PowerPoint. You can reserve the filter and slicer setting that you've added to the report. A pop-up appears when you have an option to select current value, export the report in the current stage. You will see a notification banner in the upper right corner to tell you to export is ready. When you export to the PowerPoint, each page in Power BI becomes an individual and it is static, and a link is created in PowerPoint, they're able to link back to the PowerPoint BI report. Next, I want to convert my dashboard into PDF. Select the PDF and open. Okay. Next is sharing. Sharing is the easiest way to give people access to your report or dashboard in the Power BI service. In the Send Link dialog, you will see an option to copy the sharing link or share it via email or PowerPoint or Teams. You can share it with people inside your organization or outside organization. You can enter the specific people or group of people. Just enter their name or email address and type a message and click send. Okay, here is the chat with Teams. You can open a team chat about Power BI dashboard report visual directly from the Power BI service. There are two types in chat in team. Use the chat in team feature quickly starts conversation when you are viewing report or dashboard. Okay, this is another functions we call Get Insight. In Power BI service, there are many interesting insights and provide explanation on your visualization. Select Get Insight on the top in the action bar to open the Insight pane. The pane only shows insight about the current report page. In KPI analysis, in the O tab show you the overall total purchase amount with which PO and other segments are significantly higher than others. You can select the card to get more details about the insight. Okay, close it. Okay, next is another amazing insight provided by Power BI service is you can ask Power BI to find ways distribution and get fast automate insight analysis about your data. Right click on the data point of the chart. Power BI then run its machine learning algorithms over the data and populate a window with a visual and a description that describe which machine type most influence the increase or decrease. Now I right click on the count of quantity by month year, which is telling you which period has the most influence. The increase or decrease is in different dimensions. For example, in terms of approval, comments, machine name, and etc. All right, now come with edit the view. In Power BI service, you can create and edit report in here. Select a visual, you can actually change the visual type. For example, from bar to line chart to to area chart or pie chart, or sort out a measure or dimension of your chart. All right. Okay, next I want to talk about the pin. With no visualization selected from the menu bar, select the pin icon. Pin the dashboards to a new dashboard because currently I do not have any existing dashboard. So I choose new dashboard here, enter the dashboard name, click pin, go to dashboard, and it's already published in my workspace called my demo dashboard.
Lifang, Noreen here.
Yeah.
We have another 5 minutes to the clock.
Okay, thank you. Okay, another way is I want to pin a single visual that I select one chart and create pin. So I go back to my dashboard. There actually is one visual is pinned in my dashboard. Okay, so the last is add bookmark feature. With Power BI Report Bookmark, you can select one or more data points in your visual in order to capture and self-configure view of a report page. Click Add Personal Bookmark with a name and save it. The visual will pass your selection to the host. So I go to Reset my selection and go back to the original state before I save the bookmark. And I select my bookmark again. Now you can easily return to the state of the report page. Okay, this is the end of the demo on dashboard about the elements. Now I would like to share with you about the Q&A visual. I like this Q&A visual because it is so interactive, fast, and even fun. It helps you to create visualization when you can copy or share with others. Q&A does its best to understand and answer your question with autocomplete words and questions. This is so amazing. Now I would like to show you how on few example on how to interact with report visual with this feature. So this is, I want to type my question here, show machine type. It will return the machine type in table actually. Okay, now second, show top 5 machine by total amount. So the report, the visual is show you with 5 top machine order amount. One show order number in year 2023. So this is all the order happened in year 2023. So when typing natural language query with Power BI Q&A, you can specify the visual type in your query. For example, show total amount by machine type 3 map. I got wrong spell. So this is a 3 maps. Next one, for example, total amount by year by quarter as column. So this is my total amount by year and quarter. The last one, I will show total quantity by machine in table. So it will show you the sum quantity with the machine name. Okay, that's all for my demo. So I pass the session back to BK. BK, pass to you.
Yeah, thanks, Lifang. I believe that is the amazing the demo, right? I think especially actually is Lifang the demonstrate on the Q&A, right? Usually this is a kind like a human language, right, or not? So I believe the last time actually when the bosses or those of the business make a decision, right? They want to produce report, right? They had to ask the developer or reporter, right? To build the report. But with this actually Q&A, right? I think the decision maker just type those the human language can present those the data for them, right? I think that is the amazing part. Good job, yeah, Li Fang. All right, now, I think also time will go. Yeah. Now actually it's 9:30. Maybe just wrap up the what actually is the learning actually is today. All right, just a wrap up actually is what the Li Fang and also we have the demonstrated tonight here, right? So the keyword actually is today actually is a sharing here, right? Basically that is the step like the earlier I shared. First the get data, connect the data, analyze it, put the visualization. I believe actually have been seen Li Fang show you some of those visualization like mapping and so on, KPI things, right? I think there is a lot. I also paste some of the information at the chat window. I hopefully you guys also can view. I put some that actually is quite interesting, the reference you guys actually can review further. And after the visualization actually is done, then you publish it. Then I think the last one actually is a collaboration. So I believe also your guys actually can also learn actually from a Li Fang how actually can further analyze with the Office apps the easily, right or not? And some others, especially actually on the Q&A, the last part here. All right. So I hopefully you guys actually is learning actually is tonight the sharing. Yeah. All right. If you guys actually have any question, definitely welcome. Always post on the chat window here. All right. We still will be actually respond you if you have any the question. But don't forget this actually what we have been gone through with you guys actually from the week 1 until this is the week number 4 here, right? So if you I know actually it's 9:30, all right. So definitely that is the next week actually will be our final actually is to show you on the Power Platform that actually is Power Virtual Agent. In other words, actually is a chatbot. So I hope you guys actually will be the join again the next week with us. Yeah, all right. Thank you very much, everyone. Doreen, you want to wrap up, or maybe you have something you want to share within actually is the feedback form? Yep.
Okay, we'll put the feedback form there, and we hope that you will take a minute or two to just complete it for us.
Yep. Okay. All right. Thank you, all of you actually joined our section. Yeah. Hope you all enjoy again.
Thank you. Thanks, BK. Thanks, Lifang.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
for joining.
Good night.